Es ist Tag sehr spät und ich bin steht von Arbeit. Aber ich habe gefallen hinter einen Plan von meinen Horayos. Also lass mal probieren zu lernen ein bisschen. Um, so, let's see. So I know we finished this page. Let's just see what it says. So it's okay. So we're talking about Hashem the Lesser Mishmoy Meir that Shishu Shvatim Rehimu Shakal Zion Ahbishanim Shakal Vian Par. So seven Shvatim. So he was a Meir learns either. It doesn't have to be the Rove Kal. It could either be Rove Kal, or it could be yeah. Either it could be Rove Kal or it could be Rove Shvatim. So we said my Rosh said my time Tachsiv. I made it Eine Ha'eda. Miyad. It says Im Eine Ha'eda. It's a Miyad. Luksiv Me'ene. Luksiv Me'ene. From Me'ene is is from the eyes, not all the eyes. We learned this before, so we're okay. But the chsiv, and it says kikolam b'shkagot. Remember the ruba enemy yadloy. So it says l'cholam b'shkagot. It says all of the nation b'shkagot. We said all that Ukol Terkula Rubika Kula. So all the Terra Roiv is like all of it. So obviously so call which means we need all of it. Okay, Tarasu Vav or Shakal or Zaina for Shakal Chayav. So we see that it has to be either all of the Kahal or if it's Vav, it has to be Roiv the Kahal, which is all of the Kahal. Or if it's Zion, if it's Zion Shvatim, even if it's not Roiv the Kahal. Rishon made that Ratali Tlu Bezdin, Maistali Bakal, and all this. So how does Rishon and Meir learn that Haros? How do they know that Haros Tlu Bezdin and Maistali and the Maistali Bakal? The Bezdin have to give instruction, and the Kahal has to do the act. So Mabai Damakra, it says if so it's mashma that so the nas the shraga. It says if from the eyes of the Ada a shraga is done is passive, so it's mashma that the people who made the mistake and the people that did the avera are different, not the people giving the hara. The hara is totally in Bezdin, we know because many Ada. And the shraga is totally, and the mice is totally bakal. Is not the same person as because of the other people in the equation. Rava Amar Melechol Am B'Shkaga. It says so Rava learned Melechol Am B'Shkaga. She kulam tluim B'Shkaga Sakal. Ubezdin the Rava tluim Ubezdin mice tluim. Okay, if it would have said So you need both of these, because if it would have said me'ene nasa shkaga, having minafilu miyuta, I would think even a miyut. So therefore it says all the people are b'shkaga. So the erev, because rachmana kila kol ha'am b'shkaga. If it would have said kol ha'am b'shkaga, having to add the avdi bezdin padi ruba, and until bezdin are also included in the erev. So therefore it says the nas is passive, mashma that it's not the bezdin are doing the shkaga necessarily. So it says we're not. This is only talk that these pasuk. This pasuk is not talking about the regular case. So we've been talking until now of a regular chatas with a parham dover. This is talking about the special korban you bring for avodah zarah. So no, we learn me'ene. It says me'ene eda there. It says me'ene eda here. So the nexer shava, we learn from the same word that they both apply to each other. We ask one shevet according to Yehuda with the instruction of the Bezdin Agadol, do they bring? So rather Rabbi Yehuda says that Rabbi Yehuda says that that a Bezdin that if a shevet of the Bezdin of a shevet is moira, so then that shevet and that shevet does bishkaga, so then that shevet and its Bezdin bring a korban. The Chum disagree. So the question is, so we ask, if you have a court of Yehuda that holds that if the Bezdin show one shevet bring, if the Bezdin show a shevet or moira and that give instruction, and that shevet does the avera, so then that Bezdin and that shevet, so then that shevet brings. So what about a case where the Bezdin Agadol is moira and only one shevet does it? So the question: does the rest of the shvatim bring for them, or loy, or do they not? Maybe we'll say no. 7 shvatim. That's when the rest of the shvatim bring. But one shevet that doesn't have a right, so no, we don't say such a thing. Or Dilma, or maybe there's no difference. No matter one shevet, many roiv, 1, 2, all he holds the gray on him, even if just one shevet did. Or Dilma, Tashba, Mahemavi, and Parachat. So we're going to bring a raya from the for it says, what do they bring one par? So it says they bring one par, and Shimon brings 2. But my asking Elim Shachatu Shiva, if we're talking about that 7 people were Choyte, Shimon Tamnaya boy. So Shimon needs 7, so the Shimon should need 8. Because Rabbi Shimon holds that each shevet brings, and Bezin brings. Wait, where's this Tashma from? Okay. El Dechata Shevet Echad B'mai. So El my what one shevet was Chayta. So what we're talking about Iber as Bezina or Shimon Leisle Allah Bar as Bezina Gadol. So how the question, how would you ever bring 2? Only Rabbi Yehuda holds, like we learned in the before, from there's the Kahal HaKahal. Only Rabbi Yehuda learns this 4-tiered drasha where he learns that one of them is teaching you that even a bezdin of a shevet brings. So if it's talking about that so the question is, when could you ever have two? So like Rabbi Shimon, you could have a case where only one shevet brings. If Beis Din or shevet brings, so then Rabbi Yehuda is like Rabbi Yehuda, it's pretty clear that only his bez only if a bezdin of one shevet brings, so it's very clear according to Yehuda that only that shevet brings. But if bezdin a gadol, but Rabbi Shimon does not hold to that, because Rabbi Shimon doesn't have this drasha that of shevet based that the bezdin of a shevet also counts. So it can't be that. I mean, it can't. And if it's 7 people, so then it's can't. So then it's if it's roiv of the kahal, so then that's 7 shvatim. So then Rishima would need Rishima would need 8. Ella Bros based in a gadol. So rather, it's talking about Horas based in a gadol. So we see that so we see that Baras that at least Rishima holds that according to this, that if one shevet does a that even if one shevet does an aveira, a baras based on a gadol, so they bring a par helm davar 2 according to Shimon, because he holds that both bezdin and the kahal bring. Okay. The Tanakama money. So who's the Tanakama? Iri Meir Haruma boy. Oh, Rabbi Yehuda. Okay, so this Tanakama. So who's this Tanakama? This Tanakama that says that. So we learned from this Bryce apparently that they were talking about one sheva din of era. Rabbi Meir is Mechayev 1, and Rav Shimon is Mechayev 2. Sorry, we don't know what to do. So the Tanakama. So the Tanakama is Mechayev 1, Rav Shimon is Mechayev 2. So the question is, how is Meir Mechayev 1 then? If it's only one shevet, so that is not roiv, it's not 7 shvatim. So it can't be Rabbi Yehuda. So Elalav Rabbi Yehuda. So it can't be Rabbi Meir, because Rabbi Meir needs roiv kal. So Elamai must be Rabbi Yehuda. Then in this parenthesis, which I guess is, I don't know, it seems like that's anyways clear. So Amri Hachamaskini going Shechatu Shisha Shvatim Rabu Shakal. So it says here we're talking about where no Shisha Shvatim were Chayta and the Ruben Shakal, and it's a Rishim Bar Lazar. The Tanya Rishim Bar Lazar I'm Shisha Shvatim Shechatu Mishmai Chatu Shisha Vehem Ruben Shakal or Shiru Vehe Afapish and Ruben Shakal. The end part. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So here, Rashi says here that the Tanakhama is Rabbi Lazar and Rabbi Shimon that says Shnei Parim. He holds that when do we say Parim L'chol Shevet B'Shevet, the Shevet Ikrikal Chadu Shiva Shvatim and Ruben Shakal. That's only he only says that when 7 Shvatim are follow this instruction, and turns out is Reiv Kal. the Chihav Aruba, the Begavri, Ruba Shvatim, maybe. So if it's Rave people, and Rave Shvatim, so then who maybe Par Chol Shev, that's when a par for each Shev happens. Par Bezdin. Well, Hechadika Shisha, Vem Gruba, or Shiva, Venim Gruba, Hirim de Lav, Gruba, Begavri, Ruba Shvatim, Kichad, Sheva Dam, Movie, Par Echad, Par Bezdin. So this is a new understanding of Rishimin. The Rishimin learned that when do we say Parla Chol Shev? That's dafka when that's dafka when it's Zayin Shvatim and Ruban Shel Kal. So it has to have both the majority of Shvatim and the majority of Klal Yisrael. But if it's Shisha Ruben Shakal, or it's Shiva, it's Shiva, not Ruben Shakal, Shiva Shvatim, but not Ruben Shakal. If it's 6 Shvatim and the majority 6 or less Shvatim and the majority, or 7 Shvatim but the minority, then it's all lumped together, and it's like and they bring one par, like one Shevet. It's Chiddush in Rabbi Shimon. Okay, so so the Reish of Shimon Lazar and the Seitz of Shimon. The Tanya of Shimon Lazar, Omer Mishmoi Shi Chatu Shisha Shakal Shisha Shakal Levin Par Tashmer Yehuda Omer. Okay, so Tashmer Yehuda Omer Shaver. So now we're going to try to prove the whether or not Rabbi Yehuda is Mechayev par for each Shevet, greater even if it's only one Shevet. Tash Rabbi Yehuda Omer Shevet She'asa Beras Beis Dinor Oisa Shevet Chayev Shar Shvatim Turim Beras Beis Dinor Gadol Afilu Shar Shvatim Chayavim Shema Mina. So it sounds like this is often this is a straightforward quote that Rabbi Shimon says if they did Beras Beis Dinor, so then they're putter. So that seems like a pretty clear indication that that's what he holds. I'm Ravashi. Ravashi says, "She's not Deka. If you Nami Deka Diktoni also I say Shevet al Pihem. Also Shevet Chayav Rashar Choshet Turim. Only Mr. Choshet Turim. Also Shevet Chayav. Kim the Tana also Shevet Chayav. Miladin Choshet Turim. Al Kamash Malan, the rest Beis Dinor who the Shar Shvatim Turim. About the rest Beis Dinor who Shar Shvatim Chayavim. Nomina. Rashi says is also doing in the Mishnah that it says because Rishon says that if a Shevet does something according to the Bezdin of its Shevet, so that Shevet is Chayiv and the rest are Pater. Because why does it say the rest of the Shatim are Pater? We already said that Shevet is Chayiv, so we know that Shevet is Chayiv, and we would know the rest are Pater. He's going to teach us something extra here. That the Bahiras Beis Dinor of the Shevet, it's that's Dafka then that's when Shar Shvatim are Pater. But Bahiras Beis Gadol, then even Shar Shvatim are Chayav and Shmamina. So yeah. We asked Shevet Echad, Joseph Barois Beis Din Agadol the Rishim Mimaisi. So one Shevet, it does Barois Beis Din Agadol. How many Rishim do they bring, or loy, or not? Tashma Mahin Meviyim Par Echad or Rishim Omer Shnei Par. Ma'askin. Okay, so it's in parentheses. Shnei parim, shmeina parim, but el dechat shevet echad b'ma'ilim barase bez dinner shem leisle el baras bez negadol v'tisbara hanekam money or remei harubai Yehuda shar shatan time maisu el money or shem belazerhi ketanya. Okay, so this is a repeat of what we said before. We have this brace that says Mahim Meviyim Par Echad or Shimon Omer Shnei Parim. Or Shimon says two parim. So what are we talking about anyway? If we're talking about that seven shvatim were over, so then he should need 8 parim, right? 7 for the shvatim and 1 for Bezdin. El dechat shevet echad, rather one shevet was sinned. So if it can't be Baras Beis Din, right? Because we should hold that. Elamai, it's Baras Beis Din. But then we said, no, you can't say that. Why? Because tis Tanakam and Mani. Who's the Tanakam? Either be Meir or Harubaboy. If it's a Meir, you'd Roiv. Either Yehuda, Sharshav Nine Maisu. If it's a Yehuda, and then the rest of the Shatim should also bring. So you should never have a case where you bring one. Elaham Mani Rishim B'Lazari, the Tanya Rishim. Okay, so Ketanya. So it's Elamai Rishim B'Lazar, and like we learned above, we learned this previously in this Rashi up here, and over here in the last thing we're trying to prove, that we learned that Rishim B'Lazar hold that Rishim B'Lazar said. Sorry, that we learned from this price that Rabbi Shimon only holds that each shaver brings when it's Ruboy Shel Kahal and Rosh Shvatim. So it needs to be in order for each shaver to bring, according to Rishim, you need Ruboy Shel Kahal and Rosh Shvatim. If you only have one of those, if you only have Rosh Shvatim or you only have Ruboy Shel Kahal, then they all bring one. Everyone brings one, like one shaver, and Bezin brings one. Okay. Tashma. So it says that the Chachamim say that Bez is not the only Chiv Parallel Dover. So Zayin with the Bez and Gadol Yerushalayim. Man Chachamim, who the Chamilim, Meir, Ruboy. If you say it's a Meir, he needs right. Ela Rishimon Meir, let's see. You need Rove, so let's see. I don't know. I guess we're assuming that one shaver can't be Rove. Okay. So you need Rove. Let's see. Okay, I had forgotten the question. The question is, who are the Chacham that say you're only chayil if you bezin Yerushalayim? So if it's a mayor, so you need Rove anyways. So it can't be bezin Yerushalayim. Allah v'rishim. So Elamai must be a Rishimon. So we learn from this that both of Yehuda and Rishimon hold that one shevet is called a kahal. Minolahu Adleno Damri Ksiv Yom Shafat Bekal Yehuda Yerushalayim Leichach Chatzer Beis Hashem Chadasha. Let's see what it says here. Lemon Shafat Bekal Yehuda Yerushalayim Beis Hashem Lifnei Chatzer Hachadasha. Yeah, it says V'yemer Yeshafat Bekal Yerushalayim Beis Hashem Lifnei Hachatzer Hachadasha. So okay, good. So my Chadasha. Amar Rav Yechanan Shechitshu Badvarim, that they're mechadesh in it things. For Amru, and they said Tful Yoim Al Yechanes B'Machane Levia. They said, one second. Shechitshu Badvarim. For Amru Tful Yoim Al Yechanes B'Machane Levia, that a Tful Yoim should not come into the Machane Levia, into that area. Maskil Rav Acha Bayaka Ramai Dilma Shani Yerushalayim Dahavanami Binyamin. So it says, okay, so one second. What's the? So it says V'yom Yehoshaphat. Yeah, so it says V'yom Yehoshaphat B'Kahal Yehuda. So you see that Yehuda is called the Kahal, and we learn out of this. So then we learn the Chatzer Shechitshu Badvarim, and they said Tzful Yom Al Mikdash. So they said maybe Shani Yerushalayim the Havanai Binyamin. Maybe it's different. Yerushalayim because Binyamin is there. Elam Rav Acha Bar Yaakov. So rather, Rav Yaakov Bar Yaakov says T'chsiv. It says Vayomer Elai. He said to me, Hini mefarchacha v'rbisicha v'sicha lekahal amim. It says, I will bless you, and I will make you many, and I will make you a kahal of nations. Which is Hashem talking to Yaakov, I believe. The Manazalo Shaita, so who was born to him then? Binyamin, Shemar Menahar Kam Rachmana, the Misar Lach Hashta Kal Achrina. So the only son that Yaakov had after that blessing was Binyamin. So we see that so Hashem is telling them, I'm going to give you a bracha that you're going to now have another kahal. So you see that a shaver is a kahal. Amr Shroler of Kahana, Dil Mahalik Amrle Yerchmana. Maybe no, this is what the merciful, what Hashem is saying. The Chlisya la Binyamin, who the have a Yud Beishvat in the Miskarias Kahal. When you have Binyamin, so you're gonna have your 12 Shvatim, and then you're gonna be called a Kahal. So Amar Lei said to back, Ella Shnemas Har Shvatim Ikru Kahal. Achadas Har Shvatim La Ikru Kahal. So you're telling me that 12 Shvatim is called a Kahal, but 11 is not? Okay, so that's the end of that sugya. So it's saying that Avada, it's Shevet Echad Ikri Kal because of 11 is Kal, so why shouldn't 12? So, yeah. But to me, Hammer the Sheish was Ikri Kal. Okay, good. So Rashi. It's a Lashon Tmiya. You're telling me that you told me before that Kal Yehuda was Kal Yehuda. Earlier we said that Kal Yehuda was Kal Yehuda because Binyamin is Badeh. So you want to tell me that 2 Shvatim is a Kahal, but 12 Shvatim is not a Kahal, but 11 Shvatim is not a Kahal? It doesn't make any sense. Elamai, he's telling you in this Sichel Kal Amim, his bracha is that you're going to get another Kahal. So you see that Binyamin itself is a Kahal. Okay. Yes, I'm running very late. But I know we didn't do all the Rashis. We're still a little behind, but this is enough for now. Okay, Kol Tov.